Hi, guys. Sorry, we are a little late today with Beauty Chat with Jen on Mondays. Today we have our co-host, Lauren Cruz. I think a lot of you know who she is. She's actually known as the Waxing Queen, and she was actually a Wax Artist of the Year for the Skin Games 2020, which was quite a year. But anyway, Lauren, will you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. So I own the Body Department, which is a spa in New Jersey. I formerly worked at a European wax center for like 7 years. So that is where I got my set of waxing skills. And I just decided to join this year in the Skin Games and see how good I was.
Well, what did you do? Because I know that you did a lot of prep for the Skin Games, by the way, because you were one of the ones that are constantly asking questions, which is good, and well, you wanted to make sure that you were doing everything right. And, I know that you did a lot of preparations throughout the year. So, what did you do?
I practiced. I actually on Facebook asked for models. I just had people come in and I would time myself and see like how efficient I could do it and like, if I could do it better. So I did that a bunch before the competition. I sat there and just kept thinking about like, what do I need? And when I was doing these models, I was looking at every element of what I was using so that I could take note of like, okay, I need to make sure I have big sticks so I can mix my wax. I need to make sure I have the right size sticks that I'm waxing with. And I need to make sure my garbage can is open so that I can go faster, and just like little things that I was taking note on to prepare. And then I just harassed whoever I could so I could keep asking questions about what I needed to bring.
Well, how long have you been waxing?
Probably 9 years.
Well, that's some time. That's a long time.
Yeah.
Wow. And did you always start with waxing, or did you just kind of, after getting out of school, just kind of went that direction?
I actually went to school for hair. I was going to be a hairstylist. Yeah. I worked in a salon for about a year and I hated doing hair. I was not good at it. It made me feel bad about myself. And then I was doing like eyebrows. I was waxing eyebrows and stuff at the hair salon. And then I decided to get a part-time job at European Wax Center just because I needed another job and I wasn't really into what I was doing. And then I just kept doing that. So I didn't go straight into it, but it happened pretty quickly.
Well, how long were you at there?
7 years.
Oh, so you got a lot of experience there, because they're like one after the next, right?
Yeah, I was there for a long time. I worked at one location for a year and a half, and then I left and I went to the other location for like 6.5 years. So
I'm trying to see if I can find my feet up there, and I'm not seeing it. But I'm sure Tolu's looking for it right now. And okay, so let me just ask you this. So do you specialize in anything? Like, are you a Brazilian person, or do you really like the brows, or you just kind of like everything?
I now specialize in eyebrows, which is kind of recent. It's only been about a year and a half, almost 2 years since I turned into like this eyebrow person. Before that, I was mainly Brazilian. I did a decent leg and arm, but most of my clients just happened to be Brazilian clients. Before that, I guess they just, my clients felt comfortable, so they kept coming to me. And then this year, I just blew up with eyebrows, and now I kind of am straying away from body waxing, actually.
Do you mind me asking, what do you get for like a brow job? Is that what you call it, a brow job?
You asked what I get?
Yeah, no, like, what do you charge? What do you charge for that?
So it depends. We do a lot of different brow services. For like classic brow, which is what we call it, that includes like mapping, shaping, cleaning up the brows and styling them at the end. I charge $35.
Oh, wow. That's pretty good. How long did you take to do that?
I could take about a half hour.
Wow. That's great. And do you actually do any like retailing with that at all? I mean, like, is there brow products that you retail with with what you
Yeah,
do?
so I actually don't currently retail any brow products. I'm launching my own brow line.
Oh,
So once that is launched, I'll be retailing that. But we do use like a highlighter and brow gels and pencils and brow powders when we're styling.
wow. Well, that's so exciting. I didn't know that you were doing that.
Yeah, it's a very new thing.
Well,
So
is it going to be under a different name? Maybe your name or the Waxing Queen or something like
it's
that. You know what I mean? Like, is it going to have a name?
Lauren Cruz brows. That's it.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
thanks.
great.
I'm
Gosh,
very
well, hopefully
excited.
we'll be seeing that, sometime before the Skin Games of this year.
Yeah, I think so. Right now, we're just testing everything out. So I have like samples of the stuff that I'm looking to work with. We're doing like scissors, tweezers, all kinds of stuff. So I'm just working with them now with my clients to see if I like them. And then if I like working with them, then I'm going to send it into production. So
Oh,
yeah,
that's good. That's good. That would be a great thing to add to our goodie bags for the players and the finalists, or
yes,
actually
definitely.
have them use that in the Skin Games.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm very excited.
Well, there is something else that I wanted Lauren on today for is because she's actually going to be the new director of the Skin Games waxing category. She was the winner, like I said, the wax artist of the year. I think you got $2,000 for that, right?
Was it 2000? I
Or
think
three?
so. Three. I think
I
it was
think
3.
3,000. I think
Yeah.
yeah. Damn, you're good. So
Yeah.
that's yeah. So she's gonna. So what are the things as a judge, and having you been in the competition before, what are some of the things that you would hope to improve in the competition? For so that other people that are looking into maybe participating in the wax category can.
um, I think it was good. I just think there was like little tweaks that could have been made. So from being in the competition to now, being on the outside of it, I think that making sure that there isn't too many contestants at once is important so that we can make sure that we're focusing on technique. I think you can only see technique if you're really watching somebody. So I want to make sure that we're focusing in on what each person is doing and it's not too overwhelming. And I think being more clear on what the rules are so that you know exactly what is expected, exactly what the judges are looking for, what's the most important, what's the least important thing to focus on when you're preparing and practicing, and also what you need to bring with you and what's going to be there for you so that it's not confusing. I don't want anybody to show up and feel unprepared and like it's not fair because somebody else has something and they knew to bring it and they didn't know to bring it. Like, I think that was something that I was a little bit lost on. Like, I'm across the country, I want to make sure that I have what I need because if I lose because I forgot sticks and there's no sticks, I'm going to be kind of. So I think that's important.
Can you give us any tips or tricks, on how to prepare for the Skin Games?
I definitely think it helped getting models and just waxing and just making sure that I was doing each body part and like I was prepared to do it because there are certain body parts I wasn't waxing all the time. So I wanted to make sure that I was doing it consistently before the competition. So getting models, I think, is important. I think maybe even videoing yourself doing it when we're doing like some of those videos that we're launching before the competition. I think those are important for that too, is like watching yourself do the procedure so that you are comfortable with how you're doing it. You can watch it and be like, okay, I want to change that. I think I need to do that better. I think that's important. Making lists is important. So making
Yeah.
sure that, you're focusing on each thing that you use and you utilize during your service so that you have it with you. But I think those are the main things to prepare for. And then just kind of trying to relax because after all of that, I feel like you get in your own head.
Well, let me ask you something. So, like when you, because I noticed some people that just do, well, that do brows, only do brows, or if they're Brazilian, they only do Brazilian. How do you, because Wax Artist of the Year isn't just one category, right? You're going to need to prepare for, if you want to be Wax Artist of the Year, you need to kind of figure it out in some of the other categories. What would you recommend for that or suggest?
I mean, if you're not doing other services and you want to be Waxer of the Year, then I would suggest practicing the services that you don't do very often. I had this conversation with Jen, a couple weeks ago that a lot of people don't consider waxing eyebrow art, and I disagree completely because you should know how to shape an eyebrow if you're a waxer. I mean, that's part of it. You should know how to, wax an eyebrow, and waxing an eyebrow, I don't think is just taking off whatever extra hair you see laying around. You need to know how to make it look good at the end. So if you're not an eyebrow artist, but you are a body waxer, then start, trying to practice on some eyebrows, maybe watching videos, go on YouTube, look at how to brow map maybe so that you know how to get brows to be symmetrical. I think that stuff is important.
Do you have any classes or anything, or can you recommend any classes for someone that's maybe more of a waxer for a particular part of the body, but wants to get better at brows?
I don't really know. I mean, I know that Hard Wax Solutions has videos online where you can, go on YouTube, and I'm not sure if you subscribe or what, but you can watch videos of how they lay strips and wax. So if there's certain parts of the body you're not sure about, I know that that's a really good instructional, and that's kind of how I wax as well, is kind of using a lot of those techniques. So I think that they're good techniques. When it comes to brows and stuff, I really, honestly, if you YouTube how to shape eyebrows, you'll find videos, there's a lot of things. And I know we're going to be doing different things. Like I'll probably be doing a class there or something. So, something like that. But there are a lot of, I feel like if you're following a lot of estheticians, you'll see that there's different classes coming up from people that you know.
Mm-hmm. Just so you know, we kind of tweaked some of the rules this year. So if you're interested in participating in the wax categories this year, you can go to theskingames.com and check out the rules. You can also enter any of the categories, including the selfie category, which is free to enter. And I think I think we're not exactly sure exactly where the Skin Games is going to be this year, but we are actually looking into possibly Florida. And it's probably a good 85% we're going to Florida. So it'll be nice and warm and nice over there. So we're going to keep you guys tuned in on that. One last question, Lauren. What are you going to bring to the game this year?
What am I going to bring? I mean, as a judge, I want to bring some more clarity. I want people to feel more comfortable when competing, so that way that they're prepared. And I also want to bring my new brow stuff and get people excited about the stuff that I'm going to teach when I'm there.
Yeah, I think that would be great. I mean, because one thing that I was telling you earlier is that every single person came up to me and said, "Oh my God, you should see how Lauren waxes," and we were talking about how you already think about the next step and what's good and make somebody better or not. I think one of the things we'll probably end up doing too is having lives where you can actually ask Lauren more questions and other opportunities to go to her straight so that you can make sure you get the right.
And I know that I forgot what her name was, emailed me to do a class. So I'll be doing a class on how to probably either lay a wax strip or measure brows. So I think both of those are super important for people who are going to be competing in the hair removal category. If you're not great at brows, then that class might be good. And if you're not good at laying a body strip, then I'll show that as well.
Well, that's awesome. And then we'll also be letting people know when who our celebrity and expert judges will be this year for the Skin Games.
Yes, exciting.
Well, thank you so much, Lauren. And also, just so you guys know, we are announcing the T-shirt winner today for the Badass Esthetician. So I will say goodbye to you, Lauren, and bring up. Bye, Lauren. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you so much for having me.
I'm trying to get rid of my mouse. just go here. Okay, there you go. And now we're going to bring up Jessica, who is the T-shirt esthetician. And just so everybody knows, Jessica was a player and finalist last year, and she's been doing her T-shirt esthetician T-shirt esty for quite some time, and she's jumping on as a sponsor this year, and she's going to also be the featured.
Oh, I think I lost her. Are you there, Jen?
T-shirt maker. Jessica, I'll take you out and put you back in again. Jessica,
Okay.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. Okay, great. I thought you said you lost me.
Yeah, you froze.
Oh, okay. So Jessica, tell us a little bit about you and your brand for the T-shirt SD.
So the T-shirt SD actually came about when I was an instructor. And I always wore like funny, quirky esthetician T-shirts. And the students actually were like, oh my gosh, you're like the T-shirt SD. And I'm like, that's actually pretty funny. So that was how the name came about. And then it kind of grew into me creating my own T-shirt brand, I guess. And, it, of course, it revolves around estheticians and, being a badass esthetician.
I love that. So that's just one of the T-shirts. So that's not like you're the of course you're badass, but I mean, like, it's not like your brand is actually a T-shirt SD and you have different lines. So this is your badass line.
Yes, I have multiple collections. So I kind of did it where it could work on a hoodie. It could work on, a slouchy tee. It could work for men because, you got to give men the thumbs up too, doing their SD thing. And masks. So every collection that I have so far comes in a mask too. So, if you can't wear a T-shirt for like your uniform at work, I mean, you're still required to wear a mask right now.
Right.
So wear it on your face.
So you'll be making the featuring. We will be featuring you'll be the featured T-shirt brand for the Skin Games this year,
yes,
and it's going to have a special one for our finalists too. So all the finalists will be getting a badass. Well, I'm not sure. Is it badass? It's going to be badass.
Yes, badass is incorporated and it was funny because I made the badass esthetician design and it just exploded. And, I never in a million years thought that the badass esthetician would be my biggest seller. And I just thought, you know what, if you're in the Skin Games, you're badass. So, you agreed, let's incorporate badass. I mean, these folks are doing amazing things and putting themselves out there too, which is badass. Because, I mean, you're putting yourself in a vulnerable position to be like judged and, So
we're going to also be featuring you later this week because you also have another brand, which is called Skin One Pro, which is also going to be our diamond sponsor for the Skin Games this year. And we're going to give you a little bit more information on that. I know that, but I hate to get too much information together, but you're actually looking for ambassadors, right, for the brand?
Yes. Yep, sure am. Have had a really good response to it. I feel like the best way for, the brand to get out there and, advertisement nowadays, it's social media influencers, ambassadors, because that's where the truth is going to come. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
And if it's coming from professionals too, then, the client at home will be like, oh, hey, I need to get one.
If you're interested in actually being part of the ambassador program or learning more about that, you can direct message me or Jessica. And she's actually under Scott and Jessica Cooley for her Facebook name. And you can also put it in the comments here, and she will send you a questionnaire and see if you qualify. So that's pretty cool. So Jessica, let's go ahead and see who's the winner. What are they going to win?
So they are actually going to win a Badass Esthetician t-shirt. And just so, get their collection started, right?
And this is our giveaway alert. So did you go through it and pick
I did. I did. Okay. And then I literally just like pushed my screen, and whoever's name popped up, boom. I thought that was fair.
Yeah, I like it.
So it is Miss Shirley Avila Dreyfus.
Shirley Avila. You couldn't have asked. I think she's even here right now. I don't know. I can't see. I don't have my glasses on. But Shirley, yay! You know what you can do is go to Scott and Jessica Cooley Facebook. That's her handle, and. Or I'll give it your. You should have it. You should have her Facebook profile because you picked it, right? Yeah. Yes. You click her. She's actually here in California, Southern California, and she was perfect for her. She participated in the Skin Games many years, and she's been an awesome support to our community. So thanks, Shirley. Okay, well, Jessica, I think we're going to be having you back later on Friday this week. So. Guys, thanks for popping in. This is our first time using this platform, so we are actually streaming to 4 places at one time. So you can also catch us in Twitter, YouTube.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and we also have 3 of our Facebook groups today, and our page. Anyway, thanks so much, you guys, and I will see you back later this week, and thanks for showing up and playing. Oh, just so you know, we're doing a giveaway every single week. And every single Monday during this live show, we will tell you who won. So it's from a different person all the time. So anyway, bye, guys.